Welcome to Games and Names. This week, we're diving into the world of 3x3 basketball, a fast-paced version of the game played on a half-court with 3 players per team. Originating on urban streets, 3x3 has become a global sensation, with the FIBA 3x3 World Cup as its premier event. Egypt's national team has made its mark, showcasing talent and determination on the international stage. Let's spotlight some standout players who have shown for Egypt. Stay tuned for an episode packed with excitement and insight into the thrilling world of 3x3 basketball. Three by 3 basketball is a fast-paced variant of the traditional game, introduced in the early 2000s as a streetball game and officially recognized by FIBA in 2007. It involves 2 teams of 3 players competing on a half-court with a single hoop, aiming to reach 21 points first or within a 10-minute time limit. Major tournaments include the FIBA 3x3 World Tour and the FIBA 3x3 World Cup. With its exciting style of play, 3x3 basketball has gained popularity worldwide and continues to grow in the basketball community. Basketball has always been a sport that thrives on speed, energy, and strategy. Over the decades, new formats of the game have emerged to bring fresh excitement to players and fans alike. Among these, 3x3 basketball has quickly risen to global prominence. Recognized by the International Basketball Federation, FIBA, and included in the Olympic Games starting with Tokyo 2020, 3x3 basketball has transformed from a streetball pastime into a structured international sport with official rules, world championships, and professional circuits. 3x3 basketball was born on the streets and playgrounds of the United States. For decades, half-court pickup games with 3 players on each side were a common way to enjoy the sport in urban communities. These games required less space, fewer players, and emphasized creativity, individual skills, and fast decision-making. The format gradually became a cultural staple, particularly in cities like New York and Chicago, where streetball culture thrived. Its accessibility made it popular globally, as it required only 1 hoop and minimal setup. The turning point came when the International Basketball Federation, FIBA, saw the potential of formalizing the game. In 2007, FIBA first tested 3x3 basketball at the Asian Indoor Games in Macau. The format was later showcased at the 2010 Youth Olympic Games in Singapore, where it gained massive popularity among players and audiences. Following its success, FIBA officially launched the FIBA 3x3 World Tour and FIBA 3x3 World Cup, elevating the game from a grassroots activity to a professional sport. The biggest milestone arrived when the International Olympic Committee, IOC, approved 3x3 basketball as an official Olympic sport. It debuted at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, further cementing its global status and giving it the same level of recognition as traditional 5x5 basketball. While rooted in the fundamentals of basketball, 3x3 has distinct rules designed to create a faster, more intense game. Each team consists of 3 players on the court and 1 substitute, a total of 4 players. Court and basket, played on a half-court with 1 basket. Game duration, a single period of 10 minutes, with a 12-second shot clock, faster than the 24 seconds in 5x5. The game ends early if a team reaches 21 points before time expires. Scoring, field goals inside the arc equals 1 point. Shots beyond the arc equals 2 points. Free throws equals 1 point. Ball possession, after every made basket, possession changes hands, but play resumes immediately with the ball cleared beyond the arc. Defensive rebounds and steals also require the ball to be cleared outside the arc before attempting to score. A team is in a penalty situation after 6 fouls. From the 7th foul onward, free throws are awarded. The most important international championships in 3x3 basketball are 1. FIBA 3x3 World Cup. First held in 2012 in Athens, Greece. Organized annually by FIBA, featuring the top national teams from around the globe. Includes both men's and women's tournaments. Countries like Serbia, men, and the United States, women, have dominated in past editions. 2. FIBA 3x3 World Tour. Established in 2012, this is a professional circuit for club teams rather than national teams. Teams compete in Masters events worldwide, culminating in the World Tour final. Features top-ranked 3x3 players, building a professional pathway similar to other major sports leagues. 3. FIBA 3x3 Continental Cups. Each continent holds its own regional championship. For Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas, these tournaments serve as qualifying events for the World Cup and also crown continental champions. Example: FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup, where teams like Egypt, Nigeria, and Mali compete. 4. Olympic Games 3x3 Basketball made its Olympic debut in Tokyo 2020. Both men's and women's tournaments were included. Latvia, men, and the USA, women, won the first ever Olympic gold medals in 3x3 basketball. 3x3 basketball is much more than just a variation of the traditional game. From its humble origins on the streets to its recognition on the Olympic stage, it has grown into a global sport with its own identity. Its unique rules, rapid gameplay, and international championships have made it one of the most exciting disciplines in modern basketball. As FIBA and the IOC continue to promote 3x3, the sport is expected to expand even further, offering new opportunities for athletes and fans alike. Whether played on a local court or at the Olympic Games, 3x3 basketball captures the true spirit of the game: speed, skill, and passion. The Egyptian 3x3 basketball team has established a rich history in the world of basketball, showcasing exceptional talent and skill on the international stage. The team has participated in numerous championships, leaving a lasting impact on the sport. One of the most notable achievements of the Egyptian 3x3 basketball team was their success in the FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup, where they demonstrated their prowess and determination to emerge victorious. Basketball in Egypt has long been a sport of passion, with the Egyptian Basketball Federation fostering both traditional 5x5 basketball and its modern, fast-paced counterpart, 3x3 basketball. Over the past decade, Egypt has become one of the leading nations in Africa in this dynamic format. The Egyptian men's and women's national 3x3 basketball teams have not only dominated continental competitions but also made notable impressions on the international stage, carrying the country's name proudly in world tournaments. 3x3 basketball, officially recognized by FIBA and included in the Olympic Games starting from Tokyo 2020, differs from traditional basketball with its half-court format, faster pace, and high-energy style. Egypt embraced the game early, leveraging its strong basketball tradition to develop competitive 3x3 squads. By the mid-2010s, Egypt was actively participating in FIBA-sanctioned 3x3 events. The men's team made appearances in the FIBA 3x3 World Cup, while both the men's and women's sides gained reputations as dominant forces in African competitions. The Egyptian Basketball Federation invested in talent development, creating pathways for players who could thrive in the short, explosive format. The Egyptian men's 3x3 basketball team began appearing regularly in FIBA tournaments by the 2010s, marking its presence in both continental and global stages. Their early results in world events showed promise, but it was within Africa where the team truly began to establish dominance. Egypt won its first FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup, defeating the Democratic Republic of the Congo in the final. Star player Mido Mohamed was the standout performer, scoring 15 points in the championship game and earning the Most Valuable Player (MVP) award. This victory established Egypt as the premier 3x3 team in Africa. Hosting the 2023 Africa Cup Championship in Cairo, Egypt once again proved its superiority by defeating Nigeria 18-15 in the final. The victory was fueled by Rami Basha, who was named MVP after scoring crucial points and dominating the boards. Alongside him, players like Ahmed Mohamed and Mido Taha contributed significantly to securing the title. These victories made Egypt a two-time Africa Cup champion, showcasing consistency and resilience on the continental level. The men's team has also competed in the FIBA 3x3 World Cup multiple times, bringing Egyptian basketball to a global audience. While they have yet to win medals on the world stage, their appearances underline Egypt's growing reputation as a country that takes 3x3 basketball seriously. Egypt's women's 3x3 team has developed into a symbol of determination and progress for African women's basketball. Known for their speed, agility, and fearless play, the team's international performances have gained admiration, particularly in recent years. Egypt's women have been strong competitors in African tournaments and have participated in the FIBA 3x3 Women's Series, where players such as Soraya Mohammed, nicknamed the Cleopatra of basketball, have become household names. Soraya is especially known for her shooting ability, winning the shootout contest at the Africa Cup 2018. While continental dominance has been achieved, the next goal for Egypt is to solidify its position as a contender in world championships and Olympic competitions. The men's and women's teams have already earned respect internationally, but continued participation in the FIBA 3x3 World Cup and Olympic qualifiers will determine their place among basketball's elite nations. The rapid rise of Egypt's 3x3 basketball team signals a bright future. With grassroots development programs, increasing exposure, and dedicated athletes, Egypt has positioned itself as a powerhouse in Africa and an emerging competitor worldwide. Hosting events like the Africa Cup 2023 in Cairo also reflects the country's ambition to become a hub for 3x3 basketball in the region. Young players are now looking up to stars like Rami Basha, Hagar Amr, and Soraya Mohammed, seeing in them the pathway to international success. With 3x3 basketball's inclusion in the Olympic Games, Egypt's national teams have their sights set on qualifying and representing Africa at the highest level. Mido Mohammed, a prominent figure in Egyptian sports, has made significant contributions to the world of 3x3 basketball. Born and raised in Egypt, Mohammed's passion for the game began at a young age, leading him to pursue a basketball career. His dedication and skill quickly caught the attention of national team selectors, earning him a spot on the Egyptian 3x3 basketball team. Mido Mohammed emerged as a formidable presence in Egyptian basketball, making his mark initially in traditional 5x5 before transitioning seamlessly into the 3x3 format. Although formal biographies are limited, his ascent is clearly stamped by standout performances, especially at the continental level. The defining chapter of Mido's career came at the 2019 FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup held in Kampala, Uganda. Egypt clinched its first-ever men's continental title, toppling the Democratic Republic of the Congo 21-12 in the final. Mido Mohammed delivered an incredible performance, scoring 15 points in the final, leading the tournament with an astounding 49 points total, and earning the well-deserved MVP award. His dominance also secured a spot on the official team of the tournament. Mido's 2019 feat was more than just a personal triumph, it served as a catalyst that established Egypt as a dominant force in African 3x3 basketball. His energy, scoring prowess, and ability to take control in critical moments laid the foundation for Egypt's successive successes, including another Africa Cup win in 2023 and a strong showing in 2022. Egypt's men's 3x3 team, with Mido as a key contributor, boasts a formidable continental record, champions in 2019 and 2023, runners-up in 2022. The squad has also represented Africa on the world stage, participating in 4 FIBA 3x3 World Cups to date. Mido Mohammed's game is defined by several signature traits: scoring force. His path to the MVP title in 2019 was paved by impressive scoring, particularly in high-pressure games. Clutch performer, exhibits composure and flair when the stakes are highest. Game changer, possesses the ability to tilt momentum in favor of his team through aggressive offense and mental toughness. These qualities make him a go-to player and a locker room leader, the kind capable of rallying a team when the outcome hangs in the balance. Though his most celebrated contributions lie within continental triumphs, Mito has also helped propel Egypt onto the global 3x3 map. The national team's regular appearances at the FIBA World Cup reflect both individual and collective strides in competitive maturity and international presence. Mito Mohammed's impact extends beyond highlight reels. He embodies the journey of 3x3 basketball in Egypt, from street-inspired roots to international stages. As 3x3 continues to grow, especially following its Olympic debut in Tokyo 2020, Mito stands as a role model. His legacy is poised to inspire future generations, aspiring to follow his path in both the national setup and the broader global circuit. Mito Mohammed is much more than a standout player, he's a pioneer. From his MVP-winning display in Kampala to helping elevate Egypt to continental prominence, his influence is woven into the fabric of Egyptian 3x3 basketball. With continued dedication and rising global interest in the sport, both Mito and Egyptian basketball have their eyes on even greater achievements ahead. Through these tournaments, Mito Mohammed not only collected medals and experiences but also carved his identity as one of the pillars of Egyptian 3x3 basketball. His performances in the Africa Cup tournament solidified Egypt's reputation as a serious contender in African basketball. His efforts in the World Cup qualifiers showed that Egypt has the talent to compete globally. And his participation in the Olympic qualifiers underlined his status as a player capable of standing on the world's biggest sporting stage. Mito's journey across these international tournaments demonstrates the rise of Egypt as a competitive force in 3x3 basketball. His legacy continues to inspire young Egyptian athletes who dream of one day representing their country in global basketball championships. Soraya Mohammed is a talented 3x3 basketball player from Egypt, known for her exceptional skills and achievements in the sport. Hailing from Cairo, Soraya has represented Egypt in various international competitions, including the FIBA 3x3 World Cup and the FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup. She has become a role model for aspiring basketball players in Egypt with her agility, speed, and strategic play on the court. Soraya led the Egyptian national team to a historic victory in the FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup, showcasing her leadership and talent. Soraya Mohammed, affectionately known as the Queen of Egypt or the Cleopatra of basketball, is a celebrated figure in Egyptian and African 3x3 basketball. Her sporting journey began at Egypt's shooting club at age 8, where she initially dabbled in both tennis and basketball. It wasn't long before she discovered her true passion, and singular talent, for basketball, a realization that set her on a trajectory toward greatness. By the age of 15, Mohammed had already broken into the international scene, representing Egypt in the U16 African Championships where she earned MVP honors. She followed that with a second MVP award at the U18 Africa Cup in 2012, helping her team secure third place. These early successes confirmed her potential and marked her as one of the brightest young talents in African basketball. Soraya Mohammed's breakthrough in the 3x3 format came at the 2019 FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup in Kampala, Uganda. She not only helped Egypt capture its first-ever women's continental title but also finished as the tournament's top scorer with 48 points, including a clutch step-back two-pointer in the final against Mali. Her performance earned her the MVP award and a spot on the tournament team, cementing her reign as a continental superstar. Beyond the numbers, FIBA recognized Soraya among the top 10 female players who defined the tournament, bolstering her rising international reputation. Even before her 3x3 breakout, Mohammed was an impactful force in standard women's basketball. At the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019, she emerged as the top scorer with 85 points despite Egypt falling just short of the semifinals. Her performances helped spark renewed confidence in the program and secured her status as a leading figure in the national team setup. In a career filled with achievements, Mohammed faced a major setback after tearing her ACL in 2021, an injury that sidelined her for months. But true to her character, she made a powerful comeback, returning to elite form and leading Egypt to another 3x3 Africa Cup title in 2022. The victory also brought qualification to Egypt's first ever 3x3 World Cup, making good on one of Soraya's most ambitious goals. In May 2023, Soraya made her debut in the FIBA 3x3 Women's Series at the Astra Stop in Azerbaijan, bringing her flair and creativity to the global stage. Known for her dazzling handles and artistry on the court, she quickly earned the moniker African Queen and continued to attract attention from basketball fans worldwide. Soraya also stands out for her representation and embodiment of her cultural identity, playing internationally while proudly wearing a hijab. On-court opponents often refer to her as the number 8 with the hijab, a nickname that she embraces as a symbol of uniqueness and empowerment. As a member of Egypt's women's national 3x3 team, Soraya has been instrumental in elevating the country's status. Egypt claimed the Africa Cup titles in 2019 and 2022, plus a second-place finish in 2023. The team also made notable World Cup appearances. Her contributions go beyond scoring. Her vision, resilience, and leadership, on and off the court, have inspired many of Egypt's younger players and helped grow the sport nationwide. Ramy Basha, a prominent figure in Egyptian basketball, has left an indelible mark on the sport through his exceptional skills and achievements in the realm of 3x3 basketball. With a career characterized by dedication and passion, Basha has emerged as a key player for the Egyptian national team, showcasing his athleticism and talent on the international stage. Ramy Basha, the Egyptian national team player in 3x3 basketball, is one of the names that have become closely connected with the rise and development of the sport in Egypt and the Arab region. He began his journey in basketball from a young age, showing great promise in the traditional 5-on-5 version of the game and excelling with his natural athleticism, leadership skills, and high understanding of tactics. His shift toward 3x3 basketball was not accidental but rather the result of his passion for competition and his ability to adapt to new challenges, which eventually led him to become one of the pioneers of the sport in his country. 3x3 basketball requires quick thinking, a high level of physical endurance, and the ability to make decisions in a matter of seconds, and Ramy Basha was able to meet all these requirements with excellence. His playing style is characterized by versatility since he can play both offensively and defensively while contributing effectively in scoring, rebounding, and organizing plays. His shooting from beyond the arc has always been a dangerous weapon for the Egyptian team, while his defensive awareness allows him to block shots and neutralize opposing key players with efficiency. His career with the Egyptian national 3x3 team has been filled with international participations where he represented Egypt in various continental and global tournaments organized under the FIBA umbrella. These include appearances in the FIBA 3x3 Africa Cup and the FIBA 3x3 World Cup, as well as qualifying events that gathered some of the best nations in the sport. In every competition, Basha demonstrated not only his individual talent but also his team spirit and willingness to push Egypt into the spotlight as a contender rather than just a participant. One of the hallmarks of his career was his ability to score crucial points in knockout games. His calmness under pressure and his ability to read the opponent's defense made him a go-to player in decisive moments. His leadership on the court often helped stabilize the team during difficult stretches, and this made him invaluable to his teammates and coaches alike. He was also known for his work ethic off the court, dedicating countless hours to training, fitness, and studying the evolving tactics of the 3x3 format, which is different in tempo and structure from the traditional game. In addition to his competitive achievements, Ramy Basha has contributed greatly to the recognition of 3x3 basketball in Egypt. He has often been involved in local tournaments, clinics, and awareness campaigns to spread knowledge about the sport, which has only recently gained official Olympic status in Tokyo 2020. Through his presence and influence, more young athletes in Egypt have been encouraged to pursue 3x3 basketball as a serious career path, and this is considered one of his greatest legacies beyond medals and titles. His journey reflects the story of persistence and ambition, starting from being a promising young athlete to becoming a national team star and an international competitor. He has faced some of the toughest teams worldwide and stood his ground against players from basketball powerhouses, which not only improved his own skills but also elevated the level of the entire Egyptian squad. In many international competitions, his performance has been recognized as one of the reasons why Egypt is now regarded as a strong African representative in the sport. His career is also a reflection of how much 3x3 basketball has grown globally. With the game being more dynamic and accessible, it has given players like Rami Basha a chance to shine on an international stage and to inspire younger generations to embrace the game and compete at the highest level. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of our program, Games and Names. We appreciate your continued support and viewership. As we bring this episode to a close, we want to express our gratitude for allowing us into your homes and hearts. We hope that you have enjoyed the games, the laughter, and the camaraderie shared during this episode. Our goal is to provide you with quality entertainment that brings joy and positivity into your lives.